What's up, everybody? It's your boy Brandon Blakney, aka Brandon Lee TV, back at it again with my guy Jaelen Gilkey in the building.
Yes, Sirski.
Jay, we on episode 3 of the Dukes of Gridiron podcast, powered by
Mhm.
Believe. Hey, bro, this was a crazy week of college football.
Hey, we're getting down to the end of the season, man. When the games start I mean, in college football, all the games, right? But when you get to that end of the season, you get those great conference matchups where everything just seems to matter more, right? It feels like every play you live and die even more because there's so much implication to the game, especially now with as we got the CFP, and
Yeah,
so
man. It ain't
with
like
only
the NFL. You can get you
mm-mm.
can't get in there
No
with no
wild
couple
card,
of
and no sneaking in the back, no, none of that, none of that.
man. It's getting
About two, your max.
Yep, but hey, and that's pushing it if you ain't in the SEC,
Pushing
what?
exactly.
Hey, man, but first off, man, we gotta recap that crazy game. Dookie Carolina victory bell, double OT, thriller, and
Thriller.
we gave our predictions beforehand. Some of them were right, some of them were off. Just looking at it though, looking back at it, man, one thing that I want to start with is I've been seeing a lot of people talking about the officiating. Just from you watching the game and taking it in, what were your thoughts on the refs and the impact that they did or did not have on this game?
I thought there was a lot of ticky tack calls. I thought there was a lot of moments you were like, okay, I don't know if that was a necessary call. I think the biggest glaring issue was the pass late in the fourth quarter
Oh, that Bryson Nesbitt joint.
to Nesbitt that could have. It's like a jump ball type thing. It looked like the ball was moving out of his hands as he was going down.
Facts.
Like, look, the defender was ripping the ball away from him. You know, and in NFL, or not in NFL, but in football in general, a tie, as you would say, usually goes to the
Hmm.
offense. So I understand how that call was made, but I just think that as a referee, you call that an interception because then you
Right.
can go back and review it because all turnovers are reviewed, right?
I think
I
that
think
was
that's
the
the safe.
crazy thing.
I think that's the safe play there.
Facts.
It's kind of like the fumble. You call it a fumble and see what happens after that. Just let it play out. But to call it a catch on the field, no real option to review. And
Right.
once you watch those replays, it looked like that ball was getting ripped out
Hey, he did.
before his butt hit the ground. So I
He,
don't
he
know,
didn't
man.
come away with it, man. I think that
Yeah,
too. That adds to what you said, bro. Because like the possession, I don't know. It wasn't even. It was the same possession. Like maybe 2 plays before they hit Tez Walker on that bomb that did get
yeah.
reviewed.
They reviewed it for no reason because he was nowhere near out of bounds. So what were we reviewing? He got 3 feet in, and they showed clearly on the release that there was no inclination that he stepped out of bounds. So I don't understand what the review was about there. And like you said, for the officials or the replay official to buzz down and say, "Hey, let's look at this on that
Right.
play." I don't understand why that same call wasn't made. 2, 3 plays later.
Yeah, man, that really blew my mind. And I saw a lot. I talked about this in the last episode, but I saw a lot of blowback on Twitter, man. People called out the refs, mentioning last year's game that went down to the wire too. It was looking a little deja vu-ish out there for
It
them
was.
folks, man. And honestly, it was tough. But double OT, I think, obviously that play could have ended the game. But the game was much more than that, just that one
Absolutely,
play.
absolutely was. I'm gonna be honest, man. I was kind of impressed. The Duke offense. We knew we weren't gonna get much because out there with Loftus and the third string quarterback. I think he did more than enough to win that game.
He
In the,
balled.
I
He
mean, the
balled.
position he was in. You know, I think he played well. He set the boys up. We talked about the importance of Waters and what he was gonna have to do,
Mhm.
and he did it.
Mhm.
So uh, Duke was right there to be down to your, like I said, your third quarterback, and to be dealing with some other injuries as well. I think the performance was something to be proud of, considering the
Yeah,
circumstances. Yeah.
I absolutely think that's something they can build off of. But speaking of Grayson Loftus, man, the third string kid out of Gaffney, South Carolina, freshman, true freshman. Honestly,
Baby,
if we being real, he outplayed Drake May. He
but
honestly
I
did.
mean, let's be honest. we talked about it last week, right?
Mm-hmm.
But Drake May, he get a little iffy. He get a little iffy. And like you said, in my personal opinion, I would agree with you. I think Loftus outperformed him.
I mean, three
Loftus
tutties, three
three
tutties through the
tutties,
air.
6 to 28 passing. Which percentage is that? I don't know. I'm not great with math. Give me 1 second. 16.
He was out there dealing.
That's 57%, right? Drake
Mm-hmm.
May 28-43.
A pick.
And a pick,
And
1 touchdown. They got, I mean, we talked about it before the game. Amarion Hampton.
he got them carries. They was feeding
Workhorse.
them.
Workhorse.
They was
31
feeding.
carries, 165 yards, and a tutter. And I mean, it seemed like he really put the team on his back. But I think the most impressive, man. First of all, you already know where I'm going with
You
this.
called him because you called him.
Who
We
was the most
said it.
impressive man in the
What you
field?
say? That man, they had
Walker.
nobody 1-on-1 to cover that man.
Nobody.
That bad man, Tez Walker, boy. He was out
Bananas.
there working.
7 for 162. That's 23 a clip, bro. That's 23 a clip.
Easy, too. Like, his
Come on, man.
jersey wasn't even dirty. Like, easy.
It didn't look like it. I don't know what else we need to see from the kid. I like him first, second round. Easy.
I mean, he'd be the second string on the Panthers right now. He'd be the number 2 elite right now, today.
Yeah, for sure.
I have to
But
say
yeah,
so.
But five straight for Carolina over Duke.
13 for Coach Mack. 13 of them.
That's tough, man. 5 straight. Like you said, the last 2 came down to the last play, or close enough to the last play. Got to be proud, like I said, with the circumstances, with the hand that was dealt this year, down
Right.
2 quarterbacks. So, but again, I'm still not seeing the Drake May hype.
Bro,
I know
hype,
he makes a lot of great throws, but he makes a lot of bad ones.
The hype is real, man. I feel like he doesn't get criticized like a lot of quarterbacks do. And then I think, too, on the other side, if you'd have told me Duke was going to score 43 points, I would have.
45.
46. You're right. 45 points. I would have thought they might have blew Carolina out low key, like 45.
For real. But I mean, too much on Marion Hampton. Much on Marion Hampton.
Grown man, another draft pick.
And I just think Duke was too sporadic, right? They scored 14 in the second quarter, scored 22 in the fourth.
Yeah.
0 in the first, 0 in the third.
Right.
If you have a little bit more consistency, and I know it's tough because you got a true freshman quarterback out there who, I mean, probably didn't anticipate getting any starts this year.
Not at all. I mean,
especially not against Carolina.
No, not for the victory bell. Not this late in the season. Like, ain't no way, man. I think, too, when we touched about their defense and how they were going to have to bring the pressure. That first quarter, man, I was impressed. They held Carolina to a couple goal line stops. They stepped up when they had to. As the game went later, though, them boys broke loose, man, and they missed a 2-point conversion to lose the game. My thing is, though, still bowl eligible, down Riley Leonard. Is this somewhat of a successful season for Duke? They still got 2 games left. Well, what do you want to see for them in these last 2 games?
Well, I mean, personally, I would like to see them win these next 2 games. Just to continue to build, whether that be Beelan or whether that be Loftus. Because I know it's a slim chance that Riley Leonard gets back under center this year. Because it's
like, why risk it?
Exactly. It's more to lose than it is the game, right? So, let's see who we got left on.
I think they got Virginia and Pitt.
Yeah. Yep. So we got Virginia. 2 very winnable games.
Right. But you don't know which Virginia gonna show up, man. 2 times this season, they done came to play. But you're right, 2 very winnable games.
2 very winnable games. 2 games that if you would have looked at the Duke Blue Devils schedule before the season with Riley Leonard, you would think they would win handily, right? So, I mean, you said Virginia showed up 2 times this year. I mean, that's only 2 games they won.
Exactly.
So, I mean, you don't know. You're going to Virginia, so we're expecting a less than half capacity crowd because that's just been what it has been all year.
What they got to
They're
cheer
not playing.
for out
They're not playing for anything.
there? Right.
The crowd doesn't have anything to cheer for. So I'd imagine, this would be a great opportunity for Loftus to just continue to build,
For
continue
sure.
to get comfortable, and I think they'll be Virginia, and I think they'll be Pitt. I mean, combined, they got two opponents left combined for 4 wins. So let's figure out a way to get these last two, finish the season 8-4 with losing your best player in the middle of the season. I mean, that you have to call that a success because
Right.
but Riley Leonard went down in the Notre Dame game, and that was not even halfway point.
Nah,
So
it wasn't.
that was
Nah, it
weak.
wasn't.
No, that wasn't even the halfway point of the season. So I mean, that was what 1, 2, 3, 4. That was the fifth game of the year.
Fifth
Man,
game of the year.
man, we can't. You can't be upset. You can't be upset with the results as long as you're above 500, bowl eligible, and then hopefully in and out conference play 5-3.
Man, I know they're locked in on the season, focused on, but it's hard not to read into the hype, the headlines right now with Coach Elko being linked a little bit to that Texas A&M opening that's going on right now. Jimbo Fisher, Jay, we called it. They done got him up out of there
Out of there.
already.
Hey, let's talk
And
about Jimbo though. Hey, hey,
Sandy
salute Jimbo, man.
at
Salute
the
Jimbo, man.
crib.
Hey, him and his agent. Because whoever word that deal, boy, hey, I tell you, Rich Paul couldn't even come up with a deal like this.
What? 70 mil at the crib?
So
Oh man.
19.2 in the next 60. Gotta have it. Next 60 days, he's getting 19.2 million.
Big
Then
killer.
within 60 days after that, he getting his first of 7.2 million until 2031. Come on,
all
dog.
that. All
That's
that.
that's crazy. That's great work. That's great
My,
work.
my man came in worse than Kev. Like Kevin, they could have stuck with Sumlin, man.
Yeah,
They could have stuck with Kev. That's
bro.
that's
Could you
crazy.
imagine? Could you imagine bringing home $26.4 million in the next 120 days
Oh,
on vacation?
I'm on an island for the
On
next six
vacation.
months. We out.
6 months, 6 years. I'm out of here. I'm out of
Hey,
here.
I don't need to coach no more. I'm
No more.
cool.
I got 7.2 coming every year till 2031.
He already got the rings. What do you got to
And you
prove?
and you know he gonna land another job.
Yeah.
And you
Yeah.
know he gonna land another job, and they still gotta pay him regardless. It don't matter, bro. He went 45-25 in 6 seasons at Texas A&M.
Yeah. With elite recruiting classes. I'm
Elite
talking
recruit, right? Check this
elite.
out. So he signed the original 10-year deal, right? In 2017, 75 million inked. Then they finished fifth in the college playoff rankings the COVID year.
Yeah. They had a good
Then they
year.
then they re-upped him in 2021, September 2021, for another 95 million. Bro, he went up for 95 million dollars for 45 wins.
To be
That's
mediocre.
that's 2.1 million dollars a win, bro.
That's crazy.
That's
How?
crazy work.
Where
That's
do I
great work.
sign up, bro? Yes. Salute to
Great
his
work.
agent at this point.
So,
Yeah.
yeah, whoever agreed to that, shout out to Jimbo, his people, his representation. Whoever with him, his lady,
70 mil.
his
Oh.
baby mama, his side piece, whoever with him,
Couple of.
whoever with him,
Couple of.
whoever with him, he up, he up.
To sit at the crib. Oh my
They
God.
going crazy. If you with Jimbo, all drinks on Jimbo, gas
For,
tank on full
for life.
forever.
Wipe them down.
You hear me?
Wipe them down. God. Man. So now they turn their fortunes. They're still obviously playing Jimbo. Maybe they look at a guy like Elko can get him at a discount or something. My thing
I,
is, do you
Go ahead.
want to step into that situation? One. And two, what is the money? Like, I'm thinking about the money too.
Well, they out there in where they College Station.
College
They're not
Station,
they, they're not
Texas.
they're not too far from them oil rigs and them oil setups out there. So
Hey,
they got big boosters with big money.
you know it.
Saw the improvements they made in the stadium from Johnny Manziel's, what was that, his freshman year to his sophomore
Oh
year.
yeah,
Just
yeah.
adding, so they can pull the money quick. They can make it happen. I'm Mike Elko. You know, Dookies, I know y'all gonna hate to hear this, but hey, where do I sign? Because it's a win-win. It's a win-win.
SEC,
If they
Texas.
SEC, they buying folks out crazy if you're
Oh
terrible.
yeah, and they gonna spend it to win.
They got the money, they got the boosters, they have the recruiting, they've got everything you want. They got everything you want. Got the stadium. I mean, what else could you really ask for? So, and even worse come to worse, the money's gonna be there. Then you can restart and go to Louisiana Lafayette or somewhere like that, and just keep coaching and redo it. You know how all these coaches do? They just
Yeah, it's a
recycle.
recycle. Yeah,
They'll
yeah.
they'll go down to mid major or maybe FCS and then
Go
come back
coach
up.
Liberty Flames. You know what I'm
You know what I'm
saying?
saying?
Couple
Come back
seasons, come
up.
back.
Hey, my man, whoever's at James Madison right now, he about to get a bag
Yup.
somewhere. Get
Yeah,
up out of
yeah,
here.
yeah,
It's
yeah.
just what it is.
No, you're right, man. It's absolutely a carousel. I think you're right though. It's a situation like I seen the video earlier, and we'll play it for him. But listening to it, he's in there traditional answer, like what you expect for him to say.
No,
You
my
know,
allegiances are to Duke, and I'm here worried about this. I love these guys. I love this university, what they've done. And I get it. They gave you your first head coaching opportunity, bro. You've
respect.
been there. You've been there almost 2 years now. 15-8. Can't be mad at it. Can't be mad at it. Let's just you got to strike while the iron hot though.
Right, right. No, I feel that, man. And I mean, it's no disrespect to nobody, but come on now, you not turning down that Texas A&M job. Not. It's not a whole lot of gigs that's gonna be better than that one.
No,
Like I just
and,
don't see
and
it.
so, but the thing is, right? It's a good job, but it's like the fourth or fifth best job in the SEC. That's crazy to think about that, right?
Right,
Because
right. And it's tough. Like you,
it's
you
yeah.
not beating Georgia and Bama right
And so
now.
let's count the better jobs right now in the SEC, and let's go ahead and fast forward to next year when Oklahoma and Texas are in the conference.
They might be about the.
So,
I mean,
so
money wise, they there, but everything else,
Bama,
Bama,
LSU, Georgia,
yeah, yeah. I mean,
Texas,
Texas, OU,
Oklahoma,
yeah, you got to give it to Oklahoma. I mean,
Florida.
yeah. I mean, will we put it above Auburn?
Yeah, I put it above Auburn. I put it
That's
above
tough.
Auburn
I think so.
because they're automatically they're always the little brother.
Yeah, you can't. Yeah, they the second best team in they state every year.
But see, Texas A&M is what?
The third best, maybe. They not even.
Maybe,
They not
maybe.
that TCU done been to a championship game before they have.
You know what
So
I'm
I
saying?
don't know. Yeah,
It's a good spot
that's
though.
tough. But with the money though, and
Sign me
then
up.
it's
I do it. I'll coach you. We gonna play. Hey,
right.
we're gonna run a 4-3 base. All
Talk
cover
to 'em.
four. All cover four.
Hey, I'm telling you that you gonna get. They got what number? At least I think the last 2 years they didn't had a top 3 recruiting class.
Yeah.
Like you gonna get talent. They stacking them.
Mhm.
So yeah, no, I'm with you, man. If Coach Elko do go out there and secure that bag, man, salute
Can't
to
be
him.
mad
I'm
at
not
him. Don't
mad.
forget. Hey, don't forget who was advocating for you.
You know what I'm
You hear me?
saying? First, loud and proud.
When that buyout come around, don't forget about your
Hey,
boy.
hey, we
Don't
need that.
you?
We need that exclusive interview too. We need that. On
For
the
sure.
podcast. We need that. But obviously, too, not the only coach fired. Coach Arnett. Speaking of SEC, Mississippi State definitely one of the worst jobs out there for that
Yeah,
conference.
for sure.
Unfortunately, young guy, 37 years old, got canned first season. Tough to see. You said it's that carousel going on.
And I mean, he had unfortunate circumstances to even how he got the job. So it's
Right. Right. No, absolutely. You you got to produce fast. It ain't no excuses. Just producing in the SEC, man. But
I don't really understand what they thought though, like what was gonna happen. I mean,
right.
I know the year was horrible, but
Yeah, it was bad, but I mean, it wasn't gonna be good no matter who was there.
exactly. I mean,
Nah.
we all
Yeah.
know, like I said, we all know the circumstances. And if you're not aware, Coach Mike Lee passed away,
Mhm.
and then Arnett took the job. And I mean, Coach Mike Lee he passed during the season, correct?
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah, it was
Uh,
mad emotional, man. That was crazy. And I mean, those guys still carrying heavy
and
hearts, man.
think about this though. It's absolutely right. In RP coach Mike Leach, man, he was an interesting guy, but he got
Yeah,
guys to win. He
for
got guys to
sure.
win.
And to
But
play
think
hard,
about
for
this,
sure.
right? Mississippi State gets
Mm.
smoked by Texas A&M, and both coaches get fired. That's crazy. That is crazy to think about. That is
Hey,
that is that not nuts?
bro, they need Mississippi State need to go pay the coach from James Madison. They the ones that need to throw bro that bag.
Yeah.
Might as well. They ain't got nothing to lose right now, man. I mean, you even looking at teams like Mizzou, like they not even messing with teams like that. Like it's the
Drink.
SEC is that. Yeah, my man from App State. What he out
He's
there? Eli getting it done.
he's a character too. I tell you what.
Yeah, yeah. I think he's another one of them coaches, man, where the roster really like mirrors him
Yeah,
and
well, I
his
mean,
personality.
he got that dog out there. I mean, he got a whole bunch of St. Louis boys on his team. That's
Yeah,
for
I
the
know that.
listeners that don't know.
Yeah,
That's where I'm from. So
big Lou talk,
you
big
hear
Lou
me?
talk.
So I mean, Luther Burden, y'all see him. He
Oh,
lighting it up every
dog,
week.
dog.
Brady Cook, quarterback, slanging that thing. He played in our conference, actually the same conference as the high school I went to.
Okay,
And
okay,
yeah, we produce dogs in the MCC, Metro Catholic Conference out there in St. Louis. Basketball, baseball, football don't matter.
okay. Talk to him.
Pumping them out. Kyron Williams, Rams, MCC. You
Okay.
know what I'm saying? Yeah,
Oh,
we got
they
dog.
everywhere. They
Oh, we got
everywhere.
dog. Tatum. I mean, we got him.
Oh yeah,
Yeah,
yeah.
we got him. But shout out to the Mizzou Tigers, man. I like to
They
see them
doing it.
win. I'm with them when they win. I ain't with them when they lose. That's just
I
fact.
like the running back. I think it's Schroeder.
Schroeder, yeah, he from
Yeah,
the
he
Lou
a
too.
dog. He a dog, man.
Yeah,
I think
he from the Lou
was
too, bro.
he.
The thing is, they stopped once they started really recruiting St. Louis heavy once again.
Yeah,
Like then the program was able to turn around. Cody Schrader,
he a dog.
yeah,
He a
he's a good
dog,
ball player,
man.
man.
Yeah, went out there and got that boy from
Uh,
D2. Where was he
he had
hiding at?
he had crazy numbers though, but yeah, he was at
Yeah,
Truman State. It's a little
yeah.
D2 down. It's a D2 down in
It's
Missouri.
crazy. And he leading the SEC
Uh,
in rushing. That's wild.
but he had 200 rushing and 100 receiving this weekend, didn't he? Over
Yeah, he went crazy. I think
both.
he was the first player to do that
Yeah, he
in
went
the SEC.
nutso.
Yeah, now that Mizzou, I mean, they looking good. I know, they a step away from that next tier, but they definitely in that second tier
Oh
of
yeah,
teams in the
they're second
SEC.
tier right now. And I mean,
Yeah,
when they stepped into the SEC, they started at the second tier
right, right.
basically. You know, SEC championship game back to back years, and then it kind of fell down tier 3, tier
Hmm.
4. But now they back up right now. They back up. I mean, I don't ever see them getting up there with like tier 1 Bama, LSU. Like I don't
Yeah, they
Georgia.
just not
That's
even
not gonna
getting
happen.
that. Yeah, that's just a different type of machine they got going over there, man. Them boys is different, man. And it's funny because I was looking at like Coach Saban, listening to his press conference, and was talking about it last episode. But hey, he kept receipts, man. He
Oh
talking that
yeah,
talk. Them boys
them
done
boys
reeled off
hot.
about 8
Them boys
straight.
hot,
Yeah.
and they putting foot to you know what.
Hey man, shout out Jalen Milrow, man. That kid, I need the hate
Mental
and the
toughness.
appreciation to be as loud as the hate was, bro. You right. Cause my man got benched, fought through it,
Mental
came back.
fortitude, bro. That's Jalen Hurts level like
Yeah,
integrity.
yeah.
Intestinal fortitude. You know
Right.
what I'm saying?
Right. Just not gonna be broken. Like
Hmm.
the kid's a dog, man.
Especially now with the portal.
And I
I mean,
love that about him, the
es-
competitor. Even when he got benched, man, I noticed. Yeah. Oh, the portal's crazy. The
especially now
portal
with
is
the portal,
crazy,
because right,
bro.
we just saw it at state. We
Yeah.
MJ Morris. He
Yeah.
decides he gonna redshirt save this last year. He hit the portal. Like
Hmm.
you get benched at Bama. It was that game 3.
Yeah, and what's crazy was he wasn't playing terrible, bro. Threw an interception, like
They
a
tear.
couple. But dang, they got him up out of there. They seen obviously
They ain't
what
had
they
no other
had on the bench.
options.
It wasn't in. It was
But
old.
buddy, they brought from Notre Dame, Tommy Reese,
Oh my
the little combo pack. That Tommy Reese, he
boy,
said, "Nah, he's not it. We
that
gonna
boy
sit him
Tommy
down.
Reese seen them SEC boys coming and was like,
We
yeah.
gonna send that boy down to Jacksonville State. Send that boy, send him
Hey,
down. No boy
what?
down. Yeah, it didn't work for you at Notre Dame. It ain't working for you at Bama, brother. You might want to try Northern Arizona. See
Yeah,
what you can do.
somewhere, bro. Cause yeah, he not getting it done. But yeah, shout out Jalen Milrow, man. 3 tutties through the air on the ground. I'm looking at the college football playoff, and it's a couple teams, it's a few teams that's controlling their own destiny right now, man.
Mhm.
If you had to call it
Right.
end of the season, who is your top four you going with?
My top four. I like that. I see whoever wins Michigan, Ohio State,
Mhm.
they're in.
Yeah. Can a
Whoever
one loss
loses,
one of them? Can one of them get in with a loss?
whoever loses is your 4 seed.
Okay. Okay.
Again, would you say whoever loses is your 4 seed? Then of course I got Georgia because I don't think
Hmm.
Bama's gonna beat them in the SEC championship game. I just don't see it happening. So I got Georgia at 2. Whoever wins the Big Ten at 1.
Hmm.
Well, see the thing it get tricky because say Ohio State beats Michigan, then they trip up in the Big Ten championship game, right? But we,
Right.
we just go act like that's not gonna happen because I don't see Iowa being able to score enough points to beat either one of these teams.
Nah. Nah.
So whoever wins Michigan, Ohio State, number 1, then the losers, number 4. I got Georgia at 2, and
Mhm.
if the boys down in Tallahassee went out, then they through.
I like it, man. I like it. I
Yeah.
like Florida State, man. I still feel like as good as they've been, bro, they haven't played their best game yet. Like I really don't think that
Mhm.
they've hit that like next level to where they could be at, man. And it's not like a whole lot of glaring weaknesses there. Um, I'm having trouble deciding between them though and Washington, man. I really like
I like
Washington.
I like Penix, man. I really do. And honestly, I think they got better wins. I just don't know if they're gonna be able to get all the way through
Cause they probably
unscathed.
gonna have to see Oregon again. And I don't know if
Hmm.
you beating Oregon twice.
I don't see that happening. I don't see it happening, man. And like I said, I really like Kyle Penix and everything they've been able to do with that offense. But like you said, that I don't see them beating Oregon in that Pac-12 championship game.
Yeah, man. I'm the same.
And honestly, I
Texas.
mean, if they play Oregon State, they gonna have a tough draw at it too.
Yeah, nah, shout out DJU. Them boys out there getting it done, man, for
Yeah.
real. Yeah, nah, respect to them guys. They out there getting it done. I like what Oregon's doing. I like what Texas is doing. That win against Bama looks a lot better for them right now than it did a
Mhm.
few weeks ago. Yeah, it's a
Now,
lot to it's
now,
a
now,
lot to
check
like.
this out though. But
What's up?
if Bama beat Georgia,
That's when things
that's when everything get crazy. But you got to stamp them though. They got to get stamped if they beat Georgia.
yeah,
They have to
that
get stamped if they beat
yeah,
Georgia.
agreed. Nah, Saban
Unless
got
unless
the
they
boys
lose unless they
rolling.
lose to Auburn, like that's the only way. That's the only way is if they lose another game before
Oh,
they
it's
get
a
to the
wrap.
SEC championship game. But if they beat Georgia, then they in. They got to be in.
Yeah, no, I think
Ain't
it's
nobody
gonna
beat
be.
Georgia in 3 years. You got to
That's what
be in.
I'm saying, bro. And what's crazy is I thought they was kind of slipping the first few games, but they out here killing everybody now. Everybody swore they hadn't played nobody. Then they go out and what? Oh,
Yeah,
Miss
they,
Goodness.
well, he beat Lane to sleep, didn't he? You could tell he loved. You could tell he loved beating Lane Kiffin, bro.
Well, like it's an extra satisfaction about that, bro. That smile, that smirk. I think they was at Bama together too,
They
which is
were. He was his
crazy.
OC. He was his OC.
Yeah, man. Yeah.
Because
Them
I think
ties
that was
run
after
deep.
Lane. That was after Lane left USC. I think.
Yeah, Lane, well, that boy was bouncing around
Oh
Tennessee,
yeah,
USC. Well, he was he was out here bouncing around a little bit
yeah,
for
man. But
sure.
cause so they, yeah, I mean, with the way they did Kentucky this weekend, my God,
Yeah, man.
my
Yeah,
God. I
yeah. I
mean,
mean,
they like you said, 42-28 over LSU, 49-21 over Kentucky, 34-20 over Tennessee, and it wasn't even that close. Closest game they had the last 2 months was against Arkansas.
that's what I'm saying. They blowing everybody out.
Hmm.
They blowing everybody out. But Jay, before we get out of here, man, any final thoughts, parting shots? Want to holler at the people? Let them know where to follow you at on social media. Matter of fact,
Yeah, man, you can find me on all socials, all platforms at Silky Gilkey, baby. That's me. SILKY
talk to them.
GILKEY.
Soft like silk. You know what I'm
Bang.
saying?
You know what I'm
Talk
saying?
to him.
We
Talk
say
to
leave the door open. You hear me?
him. That's that DC, you hear me? My God. Hey, y'all make sure to hit that subscribe button and follow my guy Jaelen, man. And y'all can follow me at Brandon Lee TV, all social media. You know the vibes. Until next time, this is episode 3, Dukes of the Gridiron. We'll be back. We out.